If you'd like to have your Triumph Stag or prized classic car shown on the Arry The Stag channel, then stay on with me right to the very end and I'll show you just exactly how you can go about doing that and show off your delightful set of wheels. You see, every month we get lots of really great photos, films, videos, all of that kind of stuff sent in by you lovely lot, the Arry The Stag community. The sad thing is that often the photos aren't that good, or the videos are too grainy, or there's something technically wrong with them, or worse, that the information that is sent through is a little bit dry and not enough for us to be able to do something with that makes it not that interesting from the viewer's point of view. So I'm going to show you today exactly what to do differently and how to take the best shot. He says moving off slightly left. My neighbours think I'm bonkers, by the way. You see, we absolutely love the Triumph Stag and all classic cars out there. That's why we created Arry The Stag in the first place, and we've been blown away with the level of support that you guys have brought to the party, and it's been fantastic. We just want to do more of it really and share your beautiful classic cars with everybody else in the world. Why not? Who wouldn't want to? So really that's why we've created this really handy video guide, so that you can send in the right quality photos, videos, shots and backstories as well, which are really important, so that we can feature your prized possession and share it with the whole world and let them admire your car as well. Incidentally, and just for clarity, I'm not sitting in a left-hand drive car. For those who might be wondering why I'm sitting in the passenger seat, I just felt it'd be a bit more comfortable. Now, the first thing you need to do, especially if you're using your phone to take photos, is to make sure that you turn your phone horizontally. So we're looking for landscape here, not portrait. And the reason for that is because if you film vertically with the phone upwards, then you'll end up with black bars on your videos. And so when they're filmed in that vertical format, it isn't a great look, to be honest, and we want to see the best looking shot of your car. So turn your phone horizontal to get the best picture for you rather than the other way round. Now the next top tip actually is, if you're taking photographs, to really make sure you've got plenty of space around the outside of the car image itself, and I'm talking plenty of space like that, such that you've got lots of fresh air and greenery around the outside. Now if you don't do that, what will happen if we use your photos will be that it will crop out, so we'll end up with a picture like that that doesn't give us the full impression. We need a nice big image like that, such that we can get around the outside and put it online that way, because the software does crop all the hardware. And as I mentioned before, the more impressive your shots, the more raving fans we're going to get on the channel, and people will get to see your car and celebrate what a beauty it really is. And of course, fall in love with the amazing Triumph Stag. Now the second thing is to film everything, whether it's video or photos, in 4K wherever you possibly can, and that's the format that gives us the best top quality output in terms of the photographs or films. Now if you're not too sure about whether you've got the 4K phone or not, chances are if it's in the last couple of years you will have that, but you can always refer to your local techie and ask them to find out for you. In my case, Trumpet Pilot Bob, my son, and yes, the better the standard 4K, then the better the output and the quality of the final images will be that we can then use on the channel. And the better the photos or videos are of your car, then the more the whole world will appreciate your motor. Can't go wrong with that. And if you don't have access to a techie in your family or in your building, then I can suggest you go online and have a look at YouTube, because there'll be loads of advice on there. Put your model of your phone in, do a search, and I'm sure you'll see someone demonstrating how to use it. Now, the other thing to add to your photos and your videos is your backstory. What's the history of your car? What got you interested in the first place? What does it mean to you and your family? Why did you even go into a Triumph Stag in the first place? That kind of gold dust is absolutely that. People love to hear the provenance, the history, and the background to how your car came about, maybe what you've been doing to it and how you're sustaining it on the road, and maybe even what your plans are for the future. All that kind of stuff is absolutely fascinating for everybody and just brings everything alive. Equally, you may want to share your first childhood memory of the Triumph Stag. I certainly remember standing by a bus stop in Bournemouth with my mother, aged about 10 or 11, and seeing my very first Stag go by. I was absolutely blown away. So when did you first see one? What was it that got your juices flowing when you first saw your first Triumph Stag? And what made you decide to go get one? And if you got one, what does it mean to you? How much does it love you? And what makes you love the cars so much? In summary, just give us as much quirky detail as you possibly can think of, because it's all really interesting. Tales of daring do and things that have happened to you in the car, and people will absolutely love it. I know they will, because this is why we've got such a fantastic community worldwide. Okay, so you've taken all your photos, You've done a brilliant video job. Inside, outside, upside down, around, under the bonnet, the beautiful engine. These pics are going to go into the National Portrait Gallery, I reckon. What do you do with them now? Okay, so all you got to do is use any mainstream file sharing service like Dropbox or WeTransfer, and there's often a free service on that latter one as well, which is really great. And just email us on the Triumph Stag 73@gmail.com. That's all one word, the Triumph Stag 73@gmail.com, and they'll get through to us and we'll download them and be able to assess them and decide how we can best use them. And if you want to email us to the same address, the Triumph Stag 73@gmail.com, your stories as well, so any Word documents or emails with the background, that will be fantastic and we can use those as well. And once we've got all that amazing content, then the little Arry the Stag elves will be working very hard to create a wonderful story about the beautiful Triumph Stag. Catch me if you can. And of course, one of the main traits and features of the Triumph Stag is in that wonderful V8 engine burble. And let's listen to it. So we'll be giving extra brownie points for those that send in at least 1 minute pure recording of their Triumph Stag V8. Mine's on tick over. Let's hear yours talk to us and give it some welly on the pedal. Arry the Stag. And of course, once you've done all that hard work, then here's what your film might look like. And if you'd like to see the rest of the video of the car that you've just seen on the screen, then click the link here right now and you'll get to see the last ever Stag that came off the production line. And we went for a drive in it too.